Hello students, in my previous videos I have covered asexual reproduction and in that I have covered vegetative propagation, artificial mode of propagation to enhance the yield field variety, and now I will discuss few terms or the few relative definitions which will used in the sexual reproduction. Before starting with that of the sexual reproduction in the flowering plant and in human beings, let us discuss few terms that will be used that will help us to understand the sexual reproduction in organisms, that is in flowering plant and in human beings. So coming to the sexual reproduction, as all of us know that in sexual reproduction the basic concept is the formation of the gametes, and the gamete formation may takes place in the single organism, that is in male the result in the formation of male gamete, and in the female result in the formation of the female gamete. So in higher organism like human beings there is sexual dimorphism, that is sexual dimorphism, that is sexes are different. So in this case male gamete and female gamete, that is formed in different organisms, as male form sperms and females form egg. So these are known as gametes, and gamete is always haploid. Similarly, egg is haploid, and the formation of gamete, that is formation of gamete, that process is known as gametogenesis. As we will use this term again and again in the further two chapters. Now this is further may be known as, if it occurs in the male, that is formation of sperm, that is known as spermatogenesis in male, and in female there is formation of egg or ovum, that is known as oogenesis. Now I have told you that both the gametes, they are haploid, and when they meet, that process is known as fertilization and result in the formation of zygote, that is fusion of haploid, that is formation of a diploid zygote. And after the formation of zygote undergo mitotic division and result in the formation of medulla, then into the blastula then undergo further division, result in the formation of that is germ layers, and the germ layers result in the formation of complete embryo, and this process in human being is known as organogenesis, or it may also known as embryogenesis. So embryogenesis is formation of embryo from zygote, and zygote is diploid, and it represents the number of chromosomes that is particular or the special for that particular species, and the processes in which the fusion of egg and sperm takes place, I have told you earlier, that is known as fertilization, and the processes which takes after the fertilization, that is the after fertilization there is the formation of embryo, that is known as post fertilization steps after the fertilization, and the various processes before the fertilization, that is the formation of egg and sperm, and the, or you can say gamete formation, that is known as the pre-fertilization. As this appears to be very simple, that this is the pre-fertilization, this is the post-fertilization, but this is a very long process. Before the fertilization, how these eggs or how these sperms are formed, that is also a very long process that will be discussed in the further chapter. Similarly, after the fertilization, that zygote undergo a number of stages, that come under, all the stages come under the post-fertilization, and that will be discussed later on. Now coming to that in the case of plants. In the case of plants, I will discuss starting from that of the lower organisms at the lower plant category to the upper, that is like angiosperms or gymnosperm, in which the sexual dimorphism is there. They show male gamete formation or the female gamete formation in the different trees. For example, papaya tree, it may be male papaya tree or it may be female papaya tree. So coming to that of the gamete formation in the plants, in the case of plants, the lower plants, that is the lower kingdom or the lower category, or that comes under bryophytes, or the before that of gymnosperms and the angiosperm. In this case, the plants may be firstly we refer to that of the flower. The flower may be, that is flower may be monosexual or may be bisexual. Monosexual flower, that is flower may be monosexual, whether it contains male part or the female part, and if the flower contains both the sex organs, both the sex parts, or you can say the reproductive parts, they are known as the bisexual. So that is referred to that of the flower. That is, as we know that the flower in the sepal or in the petal, that is the female reproductive part, that is known as pistil, and it is in the most of the higher plant, it is surrounded by that of the, that is the, you can see, stamen. And if a flower contains both the sex organs or both the male and female gamete producing part in a single flower, that flower is known as a bisexual flower. At the same time, the flower which contain only pistil, that it is known as pistillate flower, or if it contain only stamen, that is known as staminate flower. Now coming to that of the plant, that I was talking about in the reference to the flower. Now coming to the plant, if a plant contains both the flowers having male and female part, they are known as monoecious plants. Okay, or if a plant contain the flower, a flower having both male and female parts, whether it contains two flowers having male part and female part, but the plant is same. If single plant or a plant contain a flower with both the sex parts, that plant is known as a monoecious plant. And now coming to the dioecious plants. Dioecious plants or organisms are the monosexual plants or organisms. That means the plants having sexual dimorphism, that is, sexes are separate. Plants may be containing male gamete forming flowers, and the plants may contain only the female gamete forming flowers. So in this case they are separate. Similarly, in the human beings, we are dioecious organism, that is, sexes are separate. And one example in plant kingdom is that we can take, that is the papaya tree. It may be male papaya tree or it may be female papaya tree. That means there is sexual dimorphism is there, sexes are separate, whether they will form stamen or whether it will form pistil. Now coming to that of the human beings. In human beings, a term that we commonly use is the hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite, that is the, we can say, in single organism both the sexes are present. For example, in earthworm, it contains both the testes and the ovaries. And but in higher organism, sexual dimorphism exists whether they are male or the female. In the male, there is the production of sperms, and in the female, there is a formation of ovum. Now coming to that of the reproductive phase in both the plants and in the animals. Firstly, I will discuss in the case of plants. For example, I talk about the wheat variety or that of the rice. They have in their lifespan, which I have told you earlier, that in their lifespan there is the birth. After the growing phase there is juvenile. After the juvenile there is a reproductive phase in which the plant reproduce. There are so many plants variety which reproduce only once in their lifetime. For example, wheat and rice. If wheat has a 7 to 8 months of its lifespan, and from the beginning as it grows and enter into juvenile stage, at the juvenile stage it enter into the reproductive phase and it start producing the flowers, and after the reproduction phase that crop dies. So there are so many varieties of plant, they reproduce only once in their lifetime. That is known as the monocarpic organisms. One more example is that of monocarpic, that is the bamboo tree, which may have lifespan of up to so many years, but in its lifetime, bamboo at the age of, you can say, 50 to 55 age, it undergo into the flowering season, and again after the completion of the flowering or that of after the reproduction phase, it dies. So it may occur only once in its lifetime. So they are known as the monocarpic organism. One very interesting example is there is the Strobinethus kunthiana. That is a very beautiful flower that exists in that of the western ghat of in the south portion. And one important feature about this variety is that this variety bears very beautiful blue color flower, and this plant variety flowers or it bloom after every 12 years. For example, if it bloom now and after this year, it will bloom after every 12 years and result in the formation of very beautiful blue color flowers in the valley, that of in the Karnataka or in the Kerala side. For example, we take the in a case of mango which is a perennial plant, and there are different type of life cycle it takes place. Mango may undergo flowering season in once, and in the lifetime when it enter into that of jubilant stage, and it result in the formation of the fruit, and after the fruit formation it again enter into the normal life cycle, and after 1 year or after the 2 year it again enter into the reproductive phase, and this happens every year because this is a perennial plant. In this way, different plant kingdom organisms, they undergo different reproductive phase. Similarly, in the human beings, there is a reproductive phase in which they reproduce and give birth to that of the new young ones. Students, that's it for the today's lecture, and in the next lecture I will discuss few terms related with that of the reproductive stages in the plants as well as in the human beings, and that will help to understand all the concept of the reproduction. One humble request to all the students is that if you people understood anything from this video, please like and share with your friends and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching this video.